Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Mr. Roy, and I'm here to share with you societal issues, beam intellect into it so that we can understand the problems and begin to find solutions to very important issues that affect our society. So, today, so many questions are being asked in the classroom, even by children. They ask us, Mr. Roy, teachers, why is it that we need so much naira to be able to get $1? Why is it that my friend comes from America and with $1 they enter the Nigerian supermarket and they can buy so much with it? And we need exactly 1,000 or over 1,500 naira to be able to buy that same amount. I remember 2 weeks ago, a 10-year-old asked me that question. What I did, I sat him down, sat close to him, and I explained it for him or to him very, very well. And after 10 minutes, he understood it and he thanked me for explaining something that has been bothering his mind for so long. The explanation I gave to that 10-year-old is what I want to share with you today. Why is it that you need so much naira to be able to get just $1? I can assure you it is our fault, things that we did wrong, but I really want to be able to break it down just like I broke it down for that 10-year-old child. Are you ready to learn? It's going to be an exciting time once again with Mr. Roy. All right, so this story starts long, long time ago. You have two territories. You have the Nigerian territory and you have the United States of America territory. Now, a man lived in Nigeria, started farming, planted cocoa. Another man lived in the United States of America, started farming, and also planted cocoa. They continued like this. They continued like this. They continued like this until something different happened. The guy in the United States of America, started fancying better ways of doing things. So he crafted something that is called a school, started going to school to learn better ways to do things. The Nigerian man also did the same, wanted to live a better life. He crafted school, started sending their children, or he himself started going to school. But there was a major difference in that. It's very important to take note of this foundation, the school, the education. The Nigerian guy goes to school to score an A to pass exams, while the guy in America goes to school to know how to better farm, to know how to better live his life. While the Nigerian guy is preoccupied with getting and passing the exam, maybe by cramming past questions, all he or she wants to get is just to get an A. But the American guy wants to know, wants to understand what he's studying so that he can truly better his life. So this continued for so many years until the guy in America suddenly discovered a better way to process through the education, because his educational system, his motivation is tailored towards trying to find a better way to live his life, trying to find, to make his life easier, you know, easier, not hard work. So his son discovered a better way to process the cocoa that they both planted, while the Nigerian guy, since his school is never designed to better his life, is preoccupied passing exams. Oh, you did very well in exam today. What did you get? You got an A. What they know, they don't really care. So the person in America, the man in America soon discovered a better way of processing the cocoa into chocolate. While the Nigerian guy, while he passes exams, does very well in school, he does not know how to process the cocoa. So the cocoa is still in raw form. This continued for many years until we got to the next stage. Suddenly, there were interactions once a while, because the Nigerian guy he's living in a globalized world, once a while he peeps into the other side and he sees that, wow, this is nice. I would like to have it. This is nice. The way it is packaged, the way it tastes is better. He forgets about his own raw cocoa and starts to focus on the processed chocolate in America. Soon enough, he gets to America and begins to want to get it. Remember, in Nigeria, our currency is Naira. That is what he spends in Nigeria. The guy living in America spends the dollar. He does not need the Naira. If you give an American Naira to spend in America, it's useless, just like a paper. Ideally, if you give a Nigerian dollar to spend in Nigeria, it's useless, it is just paper. So the territory is currency specific, right? In America, it's only dollar you can spend. In Nigeria, ideally, it's only Naira you can spend. So the Nigerian guy soon peeps into the American system and sees that, the chocolate this guy is eating, I want to have it. Then he goes to the American guy and tells the guy that, remember, he does not have dollars. The only thing he has is Naira. He goes to the American guy and say, this your chocolate that you have. He has forgotten that the hard work was done in building the right curriculum. The hard work was done in the society elevating education. If he has forgotten all of that, all he wants is the goodies, the good things the guy on the other side is getting. So he goes to America and gives the guy Naira and say, how much is your chocolate? I think it's 10, right? I noticed that you buy it with $10. I also have 10 Naira. Can I have it? The American guy looks at him and says, what was this? Which currency is this? Naira. I don't know Naira. I don't know Naira. The only thing I accept is dollars. So because this guy in Nigeria, even though he can as well just turn back and say, well, I don't have dollars. Let me go back and go and manage my cocoa. He likes those things. He puts his own thing away, not forgetting that the people that are manufacturing the things he likes, they did the work. Education is the foundation. So this exchange rate thing that we are battling up and down, that governments are trying to unravel and is eluding them, it's in the education, it's in the curriculum, it's in the quality of teaching, it's in the assessment. If you want the Naira to have better value, you have to invest in your education. And I'm sure this video is beaming light into that. So continuing my story, the Nigerian guy goes to America, tries to buy it with Naira. The American guy says, I don't need Naira. I don't even know Naira. If you don't have dollars, there's nothing I can do. The Nigerian guy, instead of even turning back and trying to process his own, forgets about all of that very, very wrongly and very, very unfortunately, and tries to get dollar. Remember, he does not have any other currency but Naira. So he gets to a place, he has to go to a place where he has to exchange Naira for dollars, where he has to buy dollars. And the person who is selling the dollar soon notices that there are so many people wanting to buy the dollar. Why? Because they want to have what the Americans have. They want to eat that chocolate that the Americans have to eat. So many Nigerians want to have what the Americans have. So many Nigerians. And nobody is looking back and saying, why are we living what we have and going to get what they have? What have they done right? Can't we replicate it here and also do it here? So because so many people who have Naira are looking for dollars so that they can buy what the Americans make. Because if an American makes something, they want dollars. That's the currency they understand. So the guy who is exchanging the dollar for the Naira soon notices the high demand. You have like 1,000 people looking for $1. So he tells himself, I can make business here. Okay, I'm not selling my $1 for 1 Naira. Because the supply is low, the demand is high, he says, okay, well, if you must have $1, you have to give me 20 naira. If you must have $1, you have to give me 20 naira. And some Nigerians turned back. But few said, well, it doesn't matter. I need that chocolate so much. They pay. They say, wow, this is good business. Year over year, it keeps doing that because the number of people, it keeps increasing the price because the number of people wanting what he produces keeps increasing. So that is the story of our exchange rate. That is the story of our exchange rate. I remember summarizing in conclusion to that 10-year-old that the reason, after explaining everything, that you need over 1,500 naira to buy $1 is because he that spends dollars, that needs to spend dollars, is wiser than he that needs to spend naira. Simply put, the Americans are smarter than Nigerians. The value of the exchange rate that you see is a function of the smartness of your ability to produce what another person wants. So, any leader that will transform Nigeria will be talking about production, will not be talking about borrowing. Any leader that will transform Nigeria will be talking about production, will not be talking about borrowing. Any leader. So election will come, make sure you listen to he who is talking about production. And it's not just production, let me stretch it further. You have to produce what they want because they have perfected producing the freezers that you need, the Canon camera that you need, the cars that you need, the chocolates that you need, the pizza that you need. In the world today, it is not just about production. You can't be producing cocoa and leaving it like that. You have to find a way to produce what they need. The flowers for Valentine, the music, the great things Davido, Wizkid, Burna Boy are doing. I always say that I am not a fan of the moral impact they're having on our children. But if you look at the music in isolation, you see, we're now producing something that they need. So somebody in America will have to ideally buy naira with dollars. All right. So this is just the story of why the exchange rate is like that. So as at today, $1 is exactly 1,645 naira. As of today, $1 is exactly 1,645 naira. And the truth is, what I just explained to you. If we must reverse the trend, we must start producing what they need. We cannot have universities that thousands of people enter. I can't see the impact. If University of Lagos is not making enough impact, let's change it to the University of cars. Just make one thing. Aminu Kano University, your goal is that after 4 years, you must be able to create a refinery for us. Our curriculum, our education must be invested in. If there is no financial engineering you're going to do, the basics is what I have explained. You must produce what they want, what they need. The only strength the Naira has today is the crude oil because they want it. We can export it. We need to do more. We need to do the hard work. Because oftentimes I see a lot of our leaders, there's a lot of laziness in there. Nobody wants to do the hard work of tilling the ground again and sweating it out and rolling up sleeves. This is why the Nigerian naira to dollar is the way it is. We must wake up, produce what the man who needs dollar, who spends dollar needs, so that the dollar can also chase the naira. I rest my case. Have a wonderful day. I'll see all of you again to talk about another issue.